Hi, it's Will here from Rekall Consulting, bringing you the next installment of the Rekall Recruitment Hacks. This one is specific to interviewing for a marketing role. A lot of people that we work with are not marketers. They are engineers with dev-first organizations or security engineers who have set up cybersecurity startups or AI engineers who have set up AI startups, not typically marketers. So it can be quite an interesting hire from a marketing perspective because I think every person that's hired a marketer, the biggest thing that they want is ROI. You know, how quickly can I get ROI? Where's my ROI within a month? Why have I got no ROI? Why are we not getting more traffic? Why are we this? Why are we not getting that? Typically, it comes down to not really getting a firm grasp on exactly what it is you need from this marketing department. This brings us back to some of the earlier videos that we've made in our Recruitment Hacks series, where you're identifying what good looks like. What is the problem that you're trying to solve here by hiring a marketer? You a lot of people do try and hire a unicorn here that can solve every single marketing dysfunction simultaneously, whether it's events, branding, email, content, videos. You know, the list goes on and on and on as far as what marketing should do for your organization. So I think it's really important here that you build an interview process around good, what actually your business needs, not just generically, I need a marketer because we need leads, we need blah, blah, blah. What does that mean? So are you trying to bring in somebody here who's going to build your marketing function from scratch, completely from the ground up? There is no marketing function as it stands other than somebody's posting a few LinkedIn funny GIFs here or there. Or do you have an existing runway of leads that are coming in? You've got to really assess where your business is at from a social perspective, from a marketing perspective, and be as critical as you possibly can. Right, where's my business at now? Marketing. How many leads am I getting in? Where's the SEO rankings? You know, there's a lot that you have to do. And a good marketer will be able to audit your organization for you. If not, Rekall Consulting can actually do that, but that's not why I'm making this video. What I'm trying to do here is give you a framework that you can follow to make a good marketing interview. And I think the first most important thing that you have to consider is your culture. What is the culture of your business in terms of its journey as a startup? Are you bringing this person in, this marketer, who's going to report into you as the CEO, as the founder, as the VP? Are you a marketer yourself? If not, the culture of this role is very different for this individual coming in because they don't have a manager who's a marketer. They have a manager who is going to have an expectation, a very high one, on the marketing outcomes that you're setting. This is why it's really important that you understand what good looks like and what actually you're trying to achieve. So this is where you would have hopefully gone through a process of exploration with your colleagues to know all the numbers, all the stats, and to be able to figure out where you're trying to get to by hiring a marketer. So you've got to think, is it brand awareness we're trying to raise? Are we launching a new product and we need to get that product in front of all of the right people? You need to make a list of what your most important things are in terms of outcomes, good outcomes that will get you where you want to be. That will then start to resemble almost a job description. Are we going for inbound? Are we going for outbound? Are we going for more digital marketing where somebody's going to take over the website and manage the SEO and all the content that goes into that? You've got to be very clear on what this person in the marketing hire is coming to try and achieve. And the list can go on and on and on. And you have to be very careful not to muddy the waters here because there are different personas of marketers. There are product marketers, there are digital marketers, there are social media marketers, there are events marketers, and you can't expect one hire to cover all of those elements efficiently. They will be able to cover them, but they won't be very efficient in each. You want someone who's inch wide, mile deep. So your first set of questions is going to be around what outcomes you're trying to achieve. So let's use the example you're looking for a digital marketer, which is quite a hot hire at the moment. That's going to be around where they have created the content for the website. One of the real unicorns that people sometimes ask for is somebody here that's done a bit of web development in background. That's a really big ask to find a digital marketer who can also do web dev. Typically that's an outsourced function, but still some people do try and hire that persona. So, what you're looking for there are examples, almost a portfolio of websites that these marketers have worked on. You're looking at the SEO ratings. You want to see how far up the Google rankings they are, how much inbound traffic that generates. There's a set of questions that you can attach to the digital marketer. And one really important thing to note here is if you are a very tech-heavy business, let's say you've built a platform that is very specific, it's a very dev-heavy tool that's being presented to a very dev-heavy audience, the person who's coming in to do the marketing here is going to need to come from that environment. Because I've seen many times now in my experience of filling marketing roles at dev-first companies, some of the failed hires that people have made have been where they've hired a marketer who isn't from industry. They've come from an adjacent industry. It might be, cloud. It might be somewhere close, but it's not quite dev tooling. And some of these complicated products, platform engineering products or SRE products that are going into SRE teams, platform engineering teams, dev teams, where these people operate in very specific and niche ways. There's nuances to this industry that there are to cloud infrastructure or cybersecurity. You've got to know the Twitch channels, the Discord, the kind of content to write, how to write it, where to insert images, how to use humor in the outreach campaigns, all of which has a lot of impact in this particular community. So you want to be sure that your marketer that you're hiring comes from a relevant, competitive kind of industry. If you're a platform engineering product, you want to make sure that they're from some kind of platform engineering centric tool, that the persona of the audience they're targeting is platform engineers, it is SREs. So they're going to know how to communicate, how to breach those barriers to get in front of the right people in the right way that engages them, that doesn't put them off. And that again comes back to perhaps some of your more important things that you're trying to achieve here. Content. What kind of content are we putting out? As a digital marketer, it's really important that the content is right, the SEO is right, the messaging, the syntax of what you're writing is appealing. It's not salesy, it's educational to this dev community. And I think it's important now that a lot of people have skills in the analytics side, the data of marketing. You've got to be looking, especially if you're trying to build a marketing function from scratch, that these people know how to crunch data and how to, more importantly, improve outcomes using the data. Right, this data is telling us this, we're trying to get here, this is how we do that. So if you're building a marketing function from scratch, you're going to need people who know the audience, know the market, know how to cross the borders and the barriers to get in front of those people, and then how to digest the feedback that they're getting. And think about as well, not a lot of startup founders think about what kind of budget they can apply to marketing. They just think they can hire a marketer and the salary is in fact the budget and they're not going to have to spend any more money on that. And this is where a lot of marketers get burnt out of their roles because they're expected to do the job of 3 or 4 different marketing functions themselves, and they're not given any budget to go and outsource where needed to just get some time back. And I've seen a lot of people get cooked out of their roles because of that. So really have a think about what you're trying to achieve again, and what kind of budgets you're going to need to pay on things like pay-per-click ads, or maybe you might need someone, a ghostwriter, to create your content. You might need video editing done. There are things that are going to cost money. I know with the advent of AI tools now, that is becoming a lot easier for someone without those skills to do. But ultimately, you need to think about what kind of budgets you can apply to. And this again comes back to the resources versus resourcefulness conversation that we've had in previous interview hacks videos. You're going to have to hire somebody here if this person is the only marketer hiring into a non-marketer. They're going to need to be extremely resourceful So you're going to want to see evidence of where they've been resourceful. Right, talk to me about in your previous roles, or where you've started something from scratch and you had a very limited budget, you had very limited resources available to you. What did you do? What actions did you take that demonstrate your resourcefulness? How did you overcome them barriers, working on a shoestring? What you're looking for there is somebody who finds a solution to a problem, not a problem to a solution. And these are the people, the self-starters, the people who can get on with it. They can actually cope with working for a non-marketer, but you have to give them a little bit of something to work with. Whereas if you might interview people from perhaps larger organizations in the marketing departments of 5, 10, 15 people, there's a lot of resources available to them and they don't have to be so resourceful. So really think about how resourceful you're going to need this person to be in achieving good. So there's a lot of different narratives you can have in hiring a marketer into your startup or your scale up. But just to recap, the most important things to me are the culture of the business you're trying to bring this person into, the good element of what this person needs to achieve, and the list that you've made, so you can almost score them 1 to 10. This is the most important, this is the second most, third, fourth, fifth, and you can start to see what an interview process might look like around that. And then, of course, you're looking for the resources versus resourcefulness chat, and you want to know that they come from your industry and where they've touched into the same personas. You will know as the CEO who uses your technology. When you're talking to a marketer at interview, they need to demonstrate to you that they know that. They know straight away how to get your tech to market. They should be able to go, bosh, off the top of their head, right, this is how I'd market your technology. If you're talking to somebody that's saying, I might need a little bit of time to figure it out, I might need to ramp it up, typically that person might struggle. So you should be very mindful of the kind of person that you're bringing into this. It might seem a little bit harsh in this interview style for marketers, but you want to make sure you make the right hire here. A good marketer can change your business overnight. They can start to generate leads of sign-ups 500, 1,000 per week, which in 12, 18 months time adds significant revenue to your bottom line. So, the marketers they're playing as important a role as sales. You have to get this right. You've got to make sure you hire right first time. This is a little bit of a tip on how to do that. So I hope it helps. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please like this video and comment below if you want to see me make any particular content. This is an educational tool. It's not me selling Rekall services. Although we are probably the best recruitment company in the world, this is just me giving you what's in here to help you hire right first time. Thank you very much.